Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today I'll compare the Samsung's Galaxy Watch Active 2 versus the TicWatch Pro 2020. So let's get started. If you are someone new to our channel, please consider subscribing to our channel as we do regular videos for various smartwatches like this one, smartphone reviews, tech tutorials and much more. We have a dedicated playlist for a number of smartwatches with more detailed videos and a comparison playlist where we compare smartwatches to each other like in this video, so be sure to check them out. I'll be comparing these top-of-the-line smartwatches against each other in various aspects so you can make a good informed decision. I have linked all their accessories and deals on these smartwatches in the description down below. I'll keep the same comparison format as my previous videos, starting with unboxing, cost, design, customizable options, specs, navigation, menu layout, fitness tracking, battery life, apps, watch face, and my final say. In each category, I'll be picking my favorite watch with a brief rationale, with which I understand some of you guys may disagree, but hey, it's just my opinion. Such videos are long but extremely detailed and are quite effort intensive, so it'll be a huge favor if you can appreciate it with your likes, comments, and a sub. So let's start with a brief unboxing experience and price. So the Galaxy Watch Active 2 came in a minimalistic box like this one, which I can appreciate as I do like minimalistic package design. On the other hand, the TicWatch Pro came in a beefy box like this one, which to me felt premium. If I were to pick a winner in terms of unboxing experience, I will go with the TicWatch Pro as the experience did feel premium. In terms of price, the Active 2 cost me 448 Canadian dollar and the TicWatch Pro cost me 365 Canadian dollar. Now these are the prices that I paid for these watches. The price may vary depending on any deals or sales. Both these watches have an LTE version which will cost you a bit more. However, it's not announced yet in Canada for the TicWatch Pro 2020. So I think in terms of price, the TicWatch Pro will cost a bit less than the Active 2. Again, check out the links in the description of this video for any deals on them. So the next category to compare against will be the exterior looks and customizable options. The TicWatch Pro 2020 comes in two different colors, like the liquid metal silver, and the one I have is the shadow black. There is no other size variant. It comes in 46mm only. The actual dimensions are 45mm with 12.6mm thickness and 58.5 grams in weight. Galaxy Watch Active 2 on the other hand has various models with colors like cloud silver, aqua black, stainless gold, and gold, as well as different size options like the Active 2 40mm and the one I have is 44mm. The actual dimension of this watch is 44mm by 11mm in thickness and 44 grams in weight, so the Active 2 is slightly thinner and lighter in comparison to the TicWatch. There is also an LTE version which will cost 599 Canadian dollar. LTE version is also available for the TicWatch Pro 2020, yet to be announced in Canada, so it's nice to have a cellular option on both of these watches. FYI, if you are in a market for a Wear OS smartwatch, TicWatch Pro will be the only option with LTE, as no other Wear OS smartwatch at this point offers LTE. I personally don't have big wrist or forearm, and you can see for yourself both the watches look decent and fit quite well on my wrist. TicWatch Pro looks a bit bulky, so if you have tiny wrist or forearm, then you are better off with the Active 2 as you do have an option of 40mm over there. Both these watches have removable wristband, so you can customize for your styling preference with aftermarket bands. I have linked few of them in the description down below, so make sure to check them out. So in terms of looks and options, it comes down to your personal preference. I will go with the TicWatch Pro as I like more imposing looks, but if you like having different size option and like a sleek look, then go with the Active 2. Next category is the specs and internals. You can pause the video and read through the spec list on the side of these watches. TicWatch Pro 2020 obviously wins in the display section as it has 1.39-inch AMOLED display, which is more sharper than the Active 2 with a 400 by 400 pixel resolution. That's not it. TicWatch Pro has the patented one-of-a-kind layered dual display technology with a superior quality LCD display on top of the AMOLED display, which gets activated as soon as the AMOLED turns off. The LCD display does not just show time, it shows date, steps, and battery level. And when you exercise, it also shows other data like the heart rate, time of exercise, calorie burnt, distance traveled, time, and battery level. And no other watch can do this, as they have to have their AMOLED display on for showing even basic function like time. It is possible on the Active 2 by the always on display, but it will consume battery life, versus the LCD display does not consume power at all. Active 2 has 1.4 inch AMOLED display with only 360 by 360 pixel resolution, so the TicWatch Pro wins in the display category. Now, in terms of processing power, TicWatch Pro has an older version of Snapdragon 2100 processor with 1GB of RAM and 4GB of onboard storage. The processor is not powerful, it's an older version of the latest Snapdragon 3100, versus the Active 2 has a powerful top-of-the-line dual-core 1.15 GHz Exynos 9110 processor, which is very powerful and fast. It has a 1.5 gigs of RAM and 4 gigs of onboard storage, so Active 2 wins in terms of processing power. Using both of these watches for a while, I do feel the difference. Active 2 feels more faster and loads app quickly with a less boot time. Both these watches have all the sensors like the altimeter, accelerometer, gyroscope, heart rate, near-field communication for Google Pay and Samsung Pay, untethered GPS so you don't need your phone to track your outdoor run, Wi-Fi, but sadly TicWatch Pro has an older version of the Bluetooth 4.2 versus the Active 2 has the Bluetooth 5. TicWatch Pro 2020 has a military 810G rating and has a carbon fiber body with metal rims. It has an IP68 dust and water resistant rating, but Mobboy does not mention it as a swim-proof device anywhere, versus the Active 2 is actually swim-proof up to 5 atmospheric pressure. TicWatch Pro 2020 runs on Google's Wear OS, so it has a ton of watch face apps and games to choose from. Active 2 runs on the Samsung's proprietary Tizen OS, which is more reliable and has more support, as well as it's more energy efficient versus the Wear OS. But I find Tizen OS has slightly less apps and games. However, you should be fine with either of the operating system, as you'll find basic apps like camera control, gallery, Spotify, and your desired watch faces. Both these watches have a built-in speaker and microphone, but I find Active 2 speaker is louder and clear. Especially the TicWatch Pro 2020 has an awkward speaker placement which makes it a bit muffled when it's placed on your wrist. One more thing, the Active 2 has a dormant ECG sensor not yet activated, but it has the needed hardware with one lead on the top button and the other lead at the back around the heart rate sensor, which is not even an option on the TicWatch Pro. So for me, in terms of specs and internal, Active 2 wins over here. But hey, don't get me wrong, TicWatch Pro has the one-of-a-kind layered dual display technology. It was really hard for me to pick one, but I do like the fast processing power of the Active 2. Next section is navigation and menu layout. TicWatch Pro 2020 has the Google's Wear OS, so you can scroll down to get 7 quick options including settings. Scroll up from the home screen to get notifications. Enter the menu by clicking on the top button. You can scroll around the menu and exit by swiping right. From the home screen, you can swipe right to access the Google Assistant and swipe left to access 5 widgets which are customizable. On the other hand, Active 2 has the Tizen OS experience, and the cherry on top is the digital rotating bezel with a haptic vibrating feedback, making you feel as if it were to be a mechanical bezel. The cool part is the rotating bezel is deep rooted with all the apps and menus, so no matter where you are, the bezel will work, period. The top setting menu is customizable unlike the TicWatch Pro. Here you can add more pages and setting shortcuts, which I really like. I seldom go in the setting as I can find pretty much everything I need over here and even customize it as needed. You can enter the menu by pressing on the bottom right button and get notifications by swiping right. When you swipe left, you will get the customizable widgets, and you can add up to 15 widgets unlike the 5 on the TicWatch Pro. Both these watch can be paired with Android and Apple smartphone, and if paired with Android phone, you can even interact with the notifications like reply, delete, etc. So for me in this section, Active 2 wins, as I personally am more inclined to the rotating bezel and more so its integration with all the apps and menus seamlessly. And unlike the TicWatch Pro, you can customize the top drop down menu settings and have multiple widgets. Next up is the fitness tracking. TicWatch Pro has the Google Fit for your fitness tracking, as well as Mobvoi has added its own proprietary Tic Health apps like the Tic Exercise, Tic Pulse, Tic Health, and Tic Sleep. TicWatch or any other Google Wear OS smartwatch can self-detect different gym-based exercise like bicep curl versus a shoulder press. Both these smartwatches cannot self-detect the entire strength training workout, like break down each and every move you did with reps. I guess no smartwatch at this point can do that. Both these watches have a lot of workout options to choose from, but the Active 2 has the indoor and outdoor swim tracking along with much more options. Both these watches can self-detect few workouts like running, cycling, walking, and both these watches have standalone GPS, so you can track outdoor run without your phone. TicWatch Pro to me seemed like it was not overshooting calories and heart rate, and the Active 2 felt like it was overshooting a little bit. Both the watch can track your sleep, but the Active 2 does a great job with sleep tracking. So if I were to pick one, I will go with the TicWatch Pro for fitness tracking because of its relatively accurate calorie burnt and other exercise data. But again, Active 2 is awesome with the sleep tracking, and both these watches offer a lot of workout tracking options. There should not be any issue if you go with either or. I will say that if you have GPS on for outdoor run tracking along with the music playing from your watch to the Bluetooth earbud, TicWatch Pro will drain the battery a little bit faster than the Active 2. Somehow Active 2 does a better job than TicWatch Pro at battery management during exercises. Stay tuned by subscribing, as I'll be posting more in-depth fitness tracking comparison among these smartwatches. Now let's talk about the battery life. Before we even compare, it's not to blame TicWatch Pro, but the Google Wear OS is well known in the tech industry for its notorious battery performance. However, I really appreciate TicWatch Pro's layered dual display, which does help to save significant battery life. I have done detailed videos to increase battery life for both these smartwatches by changing few settings, and it's linked up here in the card sections in case if you guys want to check it out once you're done watching this one. But with my general daily usage, I can get maximum of 2 days with TicWatch Pro. But on the other hand, Active 2 is awesome at the battery performance. I can easily get 2+ day battery life. Both these watches have extended battery mode, but the Active 2 will only show time, and the TicWatch Pro will show more details like time, steps, date, and battery level. FYI, with the extended mode, you can go about a month with both these watches. TicWatch Pro has its proprietary charging brick, which does have a strong magnet and stick quite well, but it does not have the true wireless charging, so you have to carry this brick all the time. Active 2 on the other hand has an actual wireless charger. I can even charge the Active 2 from the back of my S10 Plus with the power sharing mode wirelessly. So you have multiple options to charge the Active 2, but the magnet is not that strong, so you can easily disrupt the charging if not placed properly. Both these watches takes relatively the same time to fully charge. So for me, undoubtedly Active 2 wins over here. Lastly, let's talk about software apps, games and watch face option and wrap it up with my final say. TicWatch Pro has the Wear OS, which is well known for a ton of apps and games. I have done a lot of apps, games and watch face videos for both these smartwatches, including free giveaways, which you'll find in the playlist linked at the end of this video for both these watches. TicWatch Pro also has a huge selection of watch face from the Play Store, and for both the watch you can download apps, games and faces directly from the watch without using your phone. You can even get functional apps like map, camera, find my phone, audio recorder, web browser, flashlight, Spotify, etc. The same are also available on the Active 2 but via the Galaxy App Store. It seems like the apps on Active 2 are more battery efficient. Active 2 has Bixby, which is nothing in comparison to the Google Assistant, as obviously Google Assistant on TicWatch Pro is more robust at detecting voice and can do way lot more than Bixby. But obviously in terms of sheer quantity of apps, games and watch face, TicWatch Pro wins over here with its robust Google Assistant. So my final verdict is that both these smartwatches are top of the line smartwatches undoubtedly. If you are a Wear OS fan, go with the TicWatch Pro, and if you want an overall great watch with 2+ day battery life, then go with the Active 2. And the classic Tizen OS experience with the digital rotating bezel. It would be definitely hard for anyone to pick either or, but if I were to be really forced to pick one or the other, I can say I will select the Active 2 because of its battery life, robust connectivity, digital rotating bezel, more reliable Tizen OS, swim tracking, great sleep tracking, option to have ECG, and more customizable option and different sizes. Again, that's just me, and don't get me wrong, TicWatch Pro is also a great watch and I can gladly recommend TicWatch Pro to anyone with its awesome design, imposing look, LCD dual display with a crisp color display, great Google Assistant and multitude of apps and games. So that's it. I really hope this video helped you to narrow down your choice and need. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then please give this video a thumbs up, and maybe give it a thumbs up anyways as an appreciation to our effort for making this video. It really means a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and take care. I'll catch you guys in the next one.